And welcome back. We're going to pick up where we left off last time in the Darkest Dungeon. So, do I want to go into the Cove or do I want to go into the Warrens? The Cove, we got the Ancestor's Portrait. The Warrens, we have the Ancestor's Portrait on the big quest, so... both are about the same. I think we're going to do the Warrens. I think we'll bring in good old Red Hook. Keep it nice and simple. They've got their stress down. I think they're ready for a run in the dungeon. Extra worries. Rabies. Rabies on you is actually not that bad. The only thing it really affects is Dazzling Light. So, provision. This is a long quest. We're going to take all the food. We're going to take 3 stacks of torches. Well, this party is pretty good at generating light. I could probably go with less torches, but... it's always better to have more torches than you need, and then throw them out. And then not have enough, and run into some surprises that you don't want. 3 shovels, 3 keys, because it's a long quest. Then we are in the Warrens, so I probably want to pack 2 herbs, 2 holy water, stack of bandages. And a couple anti-venom. Okay.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
Okay, this is pretty boxy. Thinking right down, we got a little bit of backtracking there, and then we can basically cover most of it without having to backtrack after the one backtrack down there. That'll probably be where we take the first camp as well, after the backtrack.
The light, the promise of safety.
Okay, the stealth one's in the one position where we can't actually de-stealth with this party, so you'll have to stay stealthed.
Masterfully executed.
We'll go for blight damage. Get that blight going early. Everyone with the AoE. And then you go for stun on the one we can see. We're gonna get hooked.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Okay. 20 damage is painful, but we can work with that. Okay, more light damage. Let's start cutting through that Swinotar at some point. Go for the single target heal. We got 1 injured person. Okay, we've half undone the damage.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Annihilated.
Scratch 1 enemy. Slightly annoying because that pushed our guy all the way to the back. Go for the single target blight on Swinotar. And go up to 19 damage a turn. Try to stun the Swinotar again. Doesn't work this time.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered. A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Okay, he's gonna trot retreat. He's dead on his next. So leave him alone. Dead on his next. Okay, so the enemy party is dead. Focus purely on healing at this point.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Put the party back in order. Keep scout, or keep exploring the dungeon. We did a scout off. We gotta explore 90% of the rooms, so obviously we're gonna plow ahead through the hallway fight here.
The sparkling eyes of
The
youth,
Collector.
twisted and made merciless.
No luck on stunning him the first one. You can't stun from that position, so blight him. Ah, he did get a turn off, so he's gonna go run away into the back. No luck with a stun there. Stun the back row. Mid row. Pistol the Collector. We're not really worried about hurting the rest of, or killing the rest of them. We need to bring the Collector personally down. And basically we want to keep the rest of them from just doing a bunch of damage while we do so. Ooh, that was a pretty heavy hit. A single target, yeah. Ooh, Death Storm.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
Take him off Death Storm. Just in case one of the front three get a attack in before we can go for the attack. Lifesteal is a little annoying because that's going to heal him.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
You know, damage first is probably going to how we want to deal with this. Get the Collector dealt with. We'll camp in the next room and recover a bunch there.
Their formation is broken.
There's decent
Maintain
potential, but the collector
offensive.
on his go is going to go for bringing more in. There we go.
As the
Headhunters
ghoulish
don't.
collection scatters,
Or the
the
collectors
rats
don't with.
prepare to feast.
Okay.
Such
Trouble deals
blockages
with you.
are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even
And
the
we know there was no
earliest
fight in this
settlers.
room. And yeah, at this point we're going to camp
A spark without kindling
east.
is a goal without hope.
And then we're going to Sanctuary. Prevents the nighttime ambush. Gets a big heal on Bismuth. I can then remove that mortality debuff. Sadly, I can't do that on you. Although, which left does not bleed? 3 damage. Not gonna bother. Well, actually, you. There we go. Clears that. Let's try to grab the protection buff here. 5, 5, 15 on the Crusader. Yeah, and I'll feed the rest of that stack of food to people. Mostly recovered from that
In Radiance,
horrendous
may
fight.
we find victory. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted
Okay,
and
look at the
purpose is
scout.
made clear.
We'll go take the fight. Curio, we're gonna ignore that type of curio. What's my trapping on? So I think Bismuth has 100%. Cool.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Fun enough to bring you down.
Impressive.
Critical stun. That actually stuns. Cool. Okay, so the enemy has lost their turn, and we've done damage. Oh, he's still going to have the second turn. Syphilis. Syphilis, that's great.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Okay, that one's down. Yeah, not quite there. Okay, so now he's dead before he's going to act again. This is the last go. Because he'll die from the blight before he gets to go any more than that.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life
Hear that
is
blight?
taken.
Surgical precision. The ground quakes.
Successful stun. So he loses his. We're gonna roll off initiative. Beat him the initiative, and we probably are gonna beat him the initiative. We get to keep bailing on him. He's blight resistant. Oh, yeah. Bit of shame. There we go. Fight's over.
Size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
We get a scouting report off. Okay, so it's safe to come down here. Technically, there could be a hunker check in one of these two hexes, or two squares, but that'll be fine. Good if this is a protection or an attack. I think it's an attack one. 30% damage until we camp. Nice.
The way is lit.
Guessed right.
The path is clear. We require only the strength.
So
to
had we
follow.
not hit the collector, this would be where I'd be resting for the first time. Take this hallway fight, which I suppose could be the collector again. It's not the collector.
A powerful blow.
Twitch chat saying you can trigger boss fights. So there's, how best to describe it? There is a boss that is triggered for each of the dungeon types of the 4 base dungeons. There's a boss that is triggered for progressing through a certain number of dungeon runs. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Is we're trying to get one of those bosses to show up. When you're in a dungeon, there are probably the best way to describe it is 2 wandering bosses in vanilla. You've got the Shambler, who spawns or has a chance to spawn if you're in low light, or I think actually it might be no light conditions. Has a chance to spawn if you're in no light conditions. We're mainly avoiding that by keeping the light high. In addition to the Shambler, you'll notice earlier in this run, we ran into the Collector. The Collector has a chance to show up if your inventory is almost full.
Unbalanced.
So in our case, we are almost full, or basically full at this point. So whenever we go into a fight, there's like a 2% chance. It's a low chance. It's not a big chance. There's a chance that instead of that regular fight, it'll be the Collector instead. It won't swap out for bosses, but it can swap out for hallway fights. Right? We ran into the Collector in a hallway fight, for example. Or do we want this done? Damage prevention. Yeah, we're gonna go for heal. Yeah, so you can kind of trigger the 2 wandering bosses, the Shambler and the Collector. You can trigger conditions under which they spawn. So the Collector has a small chance to spawn every time you get into a fight if your inventory is more than a certain amount full. And then the Shambler can show up anytime the light's at 0. There's also a curio that if you throw a torch at, will spawn the Shambler. I think it's like the Shambler seed or whatever it is, spawns the Shambler under those conditions. I think in the whole run of this, we haven't run into the Shambler, partially because every time I presented the seed, I have not taken the opportunity. We've been in that quest for some other reason. I didn't want to find an unplanned boss battle, let's say. Alright, so he's dead. You've got 2. Let's finish you off.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Potentially, yeah. It doesn't need to be back to back. You progress towards it. So you could go to the cove, which will do a little bit of progression. You can go somewhere else, and you come back to the cove, and that will do a little bit more progression. If you're still watching when we get to the end of this run, I'll show you the progress part of summoning the cove boss, or in this case, the Warren's boss. We'll go for the heal here. And then he's dead, so we're just going to delay. And you can do a heal, single target, double target. Single target.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Stun chance, but only on Plague Doctor. Probably want that more than the deed. So take the deed, take it instead of the deed. And then we want the Sapphire instead of the Jade.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption. A fortune waiting to be spent.
Okay, I can avoid a fight here, so we're going to avoid the fight. Scouting report told me there'd be a fight in that hallway. We can go out and around, and that's what I'm doing. Basically get the same result as if we went the short way. I think technically it's a little bit more stress doing it this way around, but that's fine. Nope, we get lucky with another scouting report. I'm gonna backtrack down that hallway to avoid the hallway fight. You know what? Sure, we'll do that. This is the power of scouting. I'm basically going to be able to avoid a couple fights that we don't need. Which, again, in our state could have a low chance of being the Collector. So we're avoiding potentially somewhat scary fights. Map inside. That wasn't a particularly useful map, but map nonetheless. Scanning report again. Has told us where the secret room is. Okay, so that's going to be somewhat valuable. We want to go there. So we're going to have to probably go through a fight somewhere. We'll go hit the room battle with treasure first, and then start working our way down over towards the secret room.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
So those are going to be a fight here. Stun the back line. Ah, good. Stun the entire enemy party.
as the fiend falls. a
No
peaceful
CC is harder than
blossoms.
killing. Hard to stun is a lethality, after all. We'll go group heal here.
Vigor is restored. Diminished.
Hit hard. 19 damage. Not bad. Go with stun. Stun connects. In this state, I think we'll go for the blight on the guy in the back. It applies. It did apply. Guy in the back is dead.
A singular strike.
Nope, missed. Happens every once in a while. Group heal. Fight the guy up front. On his turn, he's dead. Yeah, he's gonna take 15 damage. He has 4, or he does anything. So we'll take a stress heal here.
A momentary abatement.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
We're gonna use the key on the chest. See what we've got in it. Nothing we want.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Okay, so to get to the secret room, I'm gonna have to go through at least one fight. Can either be a hallway fight or, well, actually, if I'm gonna go the long way around, it's gonna be 2 fights. So we might as well at this point take that hallway fight. Okay, wasn't the collector. Ah, missed the skeever. Like Darker doesn't. Look at where it hurts, always
Dizzying
hurts,
blow
but
to body and brain.
we can recover from that pretty easily. Just damage after all.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Ooh, bad timing. Stun my Plague Doctor. Okay, Slayer is no longer stealthed. Go for the raw damage or go for the stun. Stun's probably going to be safer if I can apply it. There we go. Secure the kill in the Slayer. So the Slayer is now dead from Blight. Stun the frontliner. We won't take any damage. Okay. 10 or 8. Either way is gonna kill him. Go for the pistol. Okay, so just got the one up front. I got 3 people to heal, so we'll go for
Momentary abatement.
AoE. He misses. That's good for us. Get some blight going on him. So he's dead in 3. We can stun him, which is what we're going to try to do. He'll be dead in 2, and unable to do any damage in that 2. And I intentionally attacked the corpse there. I didn't want him dying quicker. Now we'll just take the time to have some fun healing.
The blood pumps, the limbs obey. Soothed, sedated.
Yeah, this might just kill him. Now he's very dead. There we go.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Get a scouting report. We already knew the secret room was there, so that was good. And yeah, I think we would go for the secret room, the treasure room, and I think we can skip both curio battles. Okay, so you're going to be food. Believe. So let's back to you.
Packs
food.
laden with loot are often low on supplies.
A little bit of money as well, but mostly food. Into the secret room. Use a key to open the ancient artifact. I think we need to explore one more room, so we'll go explore the room with that treasure. Oh, I don't need to explore one more room. So we could leave right now, if I think it's worth leaving. But I think we can at least warrant checking out the treasure in the next treasure room. Our guys are basically full health. Well, our guys are full health because we fed them most of the food. We even have another camp on us. Now look what that's done. You can stun the stealth one because you can target him indirectly. Stun the guy in the front. And then you can de-stealth the stealthed one. There we go. They lose their first turn. Honestly, I might as well attempt to go for the second stun. This is probably not going to stun anyone. Yeah.
Precision.
Light a pad into the back too. Bloodletter gets his turn. That's still applied. That one is dead because he's gonna take bleed, or he's gonna take the bite this turn and next turn, at which point he'll be dead. Bloodletter's now dead. So at this point, we're back to healing / stress healing. So we'll focus on stress healing with Crusader.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Soothed. Sedated.
There you go.
This expedition at
Well,
least
I don't need a...
promises
Well, I took the
success.
torch, but I don't really need the torch. Feed the food to our character because that just seems reasonable to do. We'll even take the camp. Camp, eat all
A
the
moment
food.
of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Toss the rest of the food. Take it all. Obviously, we don't want to be ambushed. There we go. So we removed everyone's stress. We'll do pray because we can. Let's call that good. So we don't get ambushed. We got all the stress recovered. We use the key on the heirloom chest. Get the last little bit of loot out of this dungeon. What do I want to take with me? So we're not going to explore anymore, so we toss the torches. Guess I'll toss the shovels as well. Take it all.
The swine folk's labyrinth may yet prove to be navigable.
So one of the Puchars asked, how to get a boss to spawn, you have to do it back to back. You don't have to do it back to back. It saves progress. You can get some progress, move over to a different one, get some progress over there, move over to a different one, get some progress on there. Let me show, as soon as we get out of here, I can show the progress bars and where they are, because they're visible if you're looking for them. Okay, now it's not super useful there. Not allowed in the brothel. Okay.
Let each help the other, and in so doing, help themselves.
Interesting. Might take advantage of that. So you see that bar filling up. So that's the progress bar to the next boss. So in the case of the Warrens, we went from like 20% progress to like 80% progress from doing a long quest in the Warrens. We're about 50% of the way the progress to the Cove. We've completed all the ones in the ruins, which is why it's sitting at 100%. We've completed all the ones in the Veld, which is why they're sitting at 100%. We're at 80% towards the next one of the Warrens. We're 50% towards in the Cove. And obviously, by doing a quest here, we'd progress those bars. Is how it works out. And our party's probably pretty ready just to go. Could take these guys just back in. No, I probably want to clear Syphilis. Syphilis is bad enough. We want to get rid of it. Sanatorium. I think it was Syphilis. It was on you. Yeah, get rid of Syphilis. Get rid of some of the bad quirks while we're here. Extra stress if HP is low. Yeah, that's probably a good one to get rid of. Yeah, I'm just gonna pay to get rid of the effect. Osmut, check it out. It doesn't really bother too much on you. You're mostly stunning and healing. Your HP is low. You're gonna go for the heal. I'm not going to pay for the more expensive stuff. Okay. So we just got a event level restriction removed for the next quest. So that makes the next quest a good opportunity, because we can go, say, into a medium quest with our level 3s and 4s. Right, so level 3s and level 4s will only go into veteran quests. They will technically take a resolve penalty for going into a champion quest. Normally, they would be unwilling to go into an apprentice quest. Right now, I have 4 apprentices, so we'll probably send the 4 apprentices on an apprentice quest at some point. But that medium quest is an option, and I think that medium quest is what we're going to take advantage of. And the way we're going to take advantage of it is we're going to get the party of sort of middling level people together, so we can get some more XP on them. And then we'll send with them one of our champion level heroes. They'll get a little bit extra resolve, so it'll help them level up quicker. And we'll basically be bringing along a particularly strong person to help out. Yeah, that combo should work on you. Combo should work on you. Okay. I suppose we'd be double stacking on HP, on healing doing this. I'm thinking of bringing in the Arbalist. Probably would want to ideally bring in that one because that's got my damage resistance marked on it. But and this team does have quite a few marks, so you've got a mark. Oh no, you don't have your mark. That's fine. Okay. Then you also don't have your mark. Okay, maybe this is not the one we bring the Arbalist in, because we've already got the Vestal for a healer, so they've already got a pretty good heal. Oh, and your healer. Bring the Plague Doctor in then. Yeah, let's bring the Plague Doctor in. Alright, so normally I would not be able to bring the Plague Doctor here into the veteran quest here, but because of this event, I am allowed to do that. So let's do that. Medium length veteran quest. Extra damage from position 1 at the cost of crit and speed. Okay. So we got decent. Oh, you. Excuse me. I need to go and make sure these guys have got their equipment, because one of our people is, I think, one of the events you can have is someone comes back from the dead. And I think our Progress here is the guy who came back from the dead. Yeah. Yeah, that tracks with what he's got. Oh, and actually give him some rickets as well. Stun debuff. Do you want to having more stun, or do you want to have having some dodge? Yeah, I think we'll go with some dodge. We'll go with his evasion incense. Okay, let's get into that quest then. As we said, in the medium, Here we go. Medium quest, I'm going to take 2 stacks of food. We're going to take 2 stacks of torches. Two shovels, 2 keys. This is the Warrens, so we'll go double herb, double holy water, 4 bandages, and 2 antivenom. In we go.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
So if you got curios and stuff on tiles, you have to backtrack through them. It will stay a curio. Conversely, if you have...
As the light gains
So,
purchase,
if you know you're going to come back through an area, it can make sense
and
not
purpose is
to
made clear.
explore every curio along the way. So this isn't super ideal. I think I can make do with this deployment. We got shuffled by surprise. Also most dangerous humans. Or I can go to hit you. That has a chance of killing you. Take it.
Confidence
There we
surges
go.
as the enemy crumbles.
Stun you and shuffle you around. There we go. My party is definitely far less damaging in the wrong order.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Okay, so the gunner is dead. Okay, Bloodletter's dead. Enemy team's dead. So we want to focus on healing to the degree that we can.
A momentary abatement. The bigger the beast, the greater the
Okay, that wasn't too
glory.
bad. And we got bandages. I'm not going to bother using it. I think we can recover easily enough from it. Scouting. Tells us there is a battle there. We got to take all the battles in this quest. Our quest is cleanse this place of battles, basically.
In Radiance,
Oh, we fight
may we find
two
victory.
big enemies. Well, that isn't necessarily always a problem. On the back one. And you stun the close one.
Impressive.
There we go. Okay. Blight the back one. Wise does 6 damage. Go for that knife. If we hit the back one, it's that attack. 4 damage is not great. Go for the stun chance. Probably not gonna stun.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Okay, so the back one is gonna die from Blight before he acts again.
The light, the promise of safety. A decisive
There we
pummeling.
go. As the quest says, a decisive pummel. Okay, so the enemy team is The Walking Dead, both figuratively and, at this point, literally. On the other hand, my team is full health. Except for the cultist. Okay. Oh, I'm actually one down in the Vestal as well, but it's not worth hanging around for.
Prodigious size alone
Speed the fight up
does
a little
not
bit.
dissuade the sharpened
There we go.
blade. Be wary.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Pretty similar fight. Stun the back row. We'll actually take advantage as you hit third. Try to stun that front row guy. The next does no damage
The
and
way
is
is
resisted.
lit. The path is clear.
You go for the stun.
We require only the
You have a higher
strength
stun
to
chance, so it
follow
actually applies. At this point, you might as well go for the single target self heal. Get back up to full. Single target moral carry. Go for the multi target. Ah, didn't blight. Shame. Okay, that one applied.
A devastating blow.
Yeah, so it's just the one in the back. And the one in the back is officially dead at this point.
Ringing ears. Blurred vision.
Because he will die on his next turn from the blight damage. He's gonna take 6 damage, he has 5 left. Go for the heal. Heal applies. As an AoE
A
heal.
momentary abatement.
Enemy is dead. Okay.
A trifling victory. But a victory nonetheless.
And then we have to backtrack at this point, so let's do that. We obviously haven't got all the room battles because the quest is still going on. open this chest. Don't actually want any of the contents of that quest, or that chest. Worth checking. And the reason I don't want any of the contents of that chest, to be fair, is because we've mostly upgraded the important stuff in the Hamlet. So it was mostly stuff that you use for upgrading the meta progression stuff. So it was easy enough to pass up on. Are people all the way full health? Yeah. Let's drop the portrait and just take the food. A little bit safer. We got lots of heals, basically. Bit of trap, bit of
Ambushed by
damage.
foul invention.
I'm so high on hip or on potential heals, we'll actually just use some food right away to recover the trap damage. Map inside. Okay, so that saves us some backtracking, because now we don't have to come down there, because we know it's not a room fight.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule. Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Yeah, it's because we're so full with stuff, there is a chance that any fight we run into could be the Collector. So should we be mentally prepared for that as an option? Don't read books. We'll take the torch from the torch thing here. Give that to me, thank you.
If
Actually, I'll
only
just light on
treasure
fire.
could
Start
staunch
with
the flow.
hallway fight here. Not the Collector, so good.
Otherworldly corruption.
Could have been the Collector. Stun the ghoul. Stun the second rank. Good luck. Take your extra stand damage versus the ghoul. You're much more likely to stun rank 1.
Struck.
There we go. Blight the ghoul.
Continue the
Scratch one
onslaught.
enemy.
Destroy them all.
Stun the one that's easy to stun. Okay, so howl from some stress damage. It's not
The abyss
too bad.
returns even
Because
the
we're low
boldest
stress, so
gaze.
taking stress damage is not a problem. That applied Blade, it did. Okay, so he will die before he does any more damage, because he'll take the 12, lose the stun. When he goes to go again after that, he'll die from it. So we should just focus on bringing the Muncher down.
As the
Muncher's
fiend
dead.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And now we can focus on healing our party. Of course, the party is, for functional purposes, actually all the way healed. Let's try to end the fight quicker then.
The slow
we go.
death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Swinitar, Enchantress, and Gladiator. Okay. Oh, that's done. That's good. Stun their back line. That applied. Nice.
Decimated.
Use the bonus damage versus stunned for effective deployment. Scratch the protection paint on the enemy there. Down 23. Do it again.
Masterfully executed.
Doesn't do much damage, but we can try. Okay. Ah. Shame that missed. Okay, the Enchantress is dead.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Stun the Swinitar. Nice. So he loses his attack. And now he's in a place where he might do Trot Retreat multiple times in a row, which will make him very harmless.
A powerful blow. A singular strike.
Although we don't need to heal, so I'm just going to be whacking whenever the opportunity presents itself. Ooh, good dodge there. That would have actually hurt quite a bit.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Let's camp here.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Do Sanctuary. Also Pray. Some stress relief. Improve our surprise odds. One has a 1, and one has a 1. Good enough. Scouting. Okay, so we've got to go both north and south, because we've got to do both of those treasure rooms. No avoiding that. Let's do south first. Don't like to read books. We're going to have a hallway fight here. Ah, 1 hit point short.
Be gone, fiend. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Apply more blight. Doing that because it's our main damage move when we're in third. Yeah. Do 3 damage or more, he will not be able to damage us anymore, because he'll die. So at this point, we might as well just go for heals. I think now everyone is full healed, yeah.
Their
There we go.
cursed champion falls.
I'm probably better off with a stack of gold rather than a jade. Into this one we go. We're gonna have a fight here. We know there's gonna be a fight here. Got them surprised. Should mean that we have a decent chance to stun the entire enemy team, making them lose their first turn. Here we go. The enemy team has lost their entire first turn. Had the Vestal's stun landed, we would have actually attacked with the Bounty Hunter to take advantage of the bonus damage versus stun. But it didn't, so I went for the full stun instead of trying to stack the bonus damage on.
The ground quakes.
Okay. So now we can take the bonus damage versus stun to get this you, to kill
Their
you.
formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Extra blight on the back line, should kill both backliners. We'll stun the frontliner, give us plenty of time to dismember him.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay. Wipe that frontliner. So it's not going to be enough to kill him. Although if we hit him a few more times... Okay, now he's dead. Enemy team is dead. We're just passing the time here for them to die from their blight.
A death by inches.
Here we go.
As victories
Don't
mount,
food.
so too will resistance.
Interesting trinket. I think we'll trade that out for the antivenom. Unlocked chest.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Now we gotta do the backtrack here. This is why we've left the curios here, because... Oh, I didn't catch that trap. Could have actually disarmed that trap. Whoops. Things like traps can't spawn if there's a curio sitting on the tile. I don't know how to safely interact with you. I'm not sure there is a safe way to interact with it, to be fair.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Get full brightness because we're about to hit a hallway fight. Don't have a way to hit the stealthed guy right now. We'll blight the spawn. Then stun the spawn.
Precision and power.
That applies. Okay. Try to stun you. That applies. Cut the spawn. Then the blight kills you. Look where it hurts will go off. Well, that should be easy enough to recover from. Yeah, they'll be easy to recover from. That's the rest of his stealth. You're actually going to be the priority to get rid of, damage-wise. So he's dead in 2, and we can confirm that with the stun. So he's no longer going to do any damage. Single target and multi-heal. We'll do multi-heal because we're healing too.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
And that means you're no longer stunned, so I'm going to stun you again. Or, he'd went, so he lost his stun debuff. Oh, stun buff. Makes him hard to stun again. AoE heal.
Soothed. Sedated.
Okay, and I think the blight will now kill him. There we go. Not bad.
Success so clearly in view. Or
Shovel
is
clears
it
the rubble.
merely a trick of the light?
This gives us a buff for damage, so we just damage buffed one of our main damage dealers. 30% damage to the next camp, which is not going to happen in this dungeon because it's the last fight coming up. Stun the frontliner, or try to stun the frontliner. Yeah. Flashbang to stun both backliners. Success. Protection debuff. Swinotar. And then we take advantage of that bonus damage versus stunned. Do 19 damage. Blight 2. Slightly less effective Blight than the Blight 1, but if we can hit 2 with it, it's still better. And yeah, we'll shred some more protection. Base you down to 6% protection. Get down to 23. Oh, good. Not getting stuns always great. Okay, we stun the backline. Or, well, however you describe the new backline. Try to stun you. Probably not going to work. Doesn't work. Although this will probably work. Does that stun you? No.
Monstrous size
Scratch one
has
side.
no intrinsic merit,
Minotaur.
unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. Grievous injury, palpable fear.
Good luck with the stun. Light the backliners. Okay, he will die before he gets to go again. Last to go. stuns the healers. We're not going to get very many heals off here. And he dies.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Oh, it's on the locked chest. I just opened the chest. And now we leave.
Some experiments should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
That should be a good way to get some resolve for our mid-tier heroes, as well as progressing us towards one of the bosses. So yeah. Forgers is now champion level 5. These two are now level 4.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
And there we go. That was enough to get the formless flesh to spawn in. Because we've hit 100% progress on that boss bar, so we can now attempt to slay the boss and retrieve its flesh's heart. Flesh's heart. 50% bleed resist and 15% max HP. Now is a good time for a part break. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll put the party together for that boss fight and go fight that boss at the beginning of the next part. I'm going to take a short break here to get up, stretch legs, sip some tea, and probably get the ads out of the way before we go do that part. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck, have a good time, catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.